These are the two best iron farms for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. This design is built in the ground and this one is built in the air. I'm going to show you guys both designs and you can pick which one you want to use. They both produce over 400 iron an hour. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now for both of these designs, the number one most important thing, make sure you are not within 150-ish blocks from the closest village or village entity. So that is anything, including a trading hall or villagers near your house that have villagers, workstations, and beds. Otherwise, the iron golems are not going to spawn in your farm because they're going to think that that is the village. So make sure you're at least 150 blocks away from one. Now, for the first design, the one in the ground, the first thing you want to do is break 7 blocks in the ground. And then you want to go 6 blocks in another direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have a 7 by 7 outline. And then you just want to go ahead and break out all of these blocks. And this is going to be the spawning area for the iron golems. There we go. So once you have that, should be 7 blocks by 7 blocks. You want to take it down 1, 2, 3 more. So it's a total of 7 by 7 and then 4 blocks deep. All right, so I've got my whole dugout here where the iron golems are going to be spawning. The next thing we want to do is work on the village container area where all of the beds, workstations, and villagers are going to be sitting. So what you want to do is go 1 block in from the edge, and then you want to dig a 5 by 5 square in the middle here. There you go. And on all sides, you should have a 1 block gap between the dug down part and this wall here. Now you want to take this down 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So it should be a total of 6 blocks deep at the very end. Okay, so you should now have an area that looks like this. And just to make sure you've got it right so far, this is 7 by 7 and then 4 blocks deep. And this is 5 by 5 and then 6 blocks deep. Now what you want to do is drop down into this bottom hole, and we're going to go ahead and place all of our beds now. So what you want to start by doing is place 10 temporary blocks on one side, and then turn around and place 10 more temporary blocks on that side there. Now you want to place 5 beds on top of all of these blocks, just like this. So you should have 10 beds there. You then want to temporarily break this row of blocks here, and then go ahead and break all of these temporary blocks that we placed, and then place 10 more beds underneath. So once you're done with this, you should have a total of 20 beds placed down, of course, for the 20 villagers that we have. Now you can go ahead and fill in the rest of these blocks here, and then go 1 layer above the beds like that as well. Now what you want to do is take a solid block and place 1 down in the middle, and then place 4 down right over top of the beds in all 4 of the corners. And then you want to place a torch on top of this block right here, or I guess any of them, just to make sure that no zombies or anything spawns with your villagers and kills them. Now, the next thing you want to do is take your workstation. For me, I'm going to use fletching table, but you can use anything that you want. And you want to place 20 of them down here. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. And now that we have the beds and the workstations, the final thing we need to do is get the 20 villagers down inside of this hole. Now here's the problem, 20 villagers is a lot, which is why I highly recommend getting 2 villagers down here and then breeding them. So I've got my stack of bread here, and then I've got my 2 villagers over here. Now when you're doing this, baby villagers are okay because eventually they will grow up. However, these villagers here with the green jacket called the nitwits, you do not want to have them in the farm because they are not able to get a job. So what you want to do is just break out 2 villagers and have them walk over inside of the farm and down inside of here. All right, perfect. And then there's the second guy. And now all I'm going to do is take some bread, throw it down onto them. They'll pick it up, share it. And then obviously they will eventually end up breeding, making some babies. And you just want to make sure that there's exactly 20 villagers inside of here. Again, making sure there are no nitwits. As you can see behind me, I now have 20 villagers down inside of this hole. And of course, making sure they all have the same profession and they all actually have a profession. Now, once you have all 20 villagers, beds, and workstations up here, using any block, you just want to go ahead and cover this up. If you see cats or iron golems spawning at this point, that is okay. That's a good sign that the farm is going to be working. There we go. Now, the next thing you want to do is decide which one of the 4 corners you want the collection area to be. For me, I'm going to go over there. So you want to turn to the opposite side. Sorry, cat. And you want to place down 3 blocks there, 2 there, and then 1 in the middle with a bucket of water right there. And you should have the water flowing all the way until these final 3 blocks. Now what you want to do is temporarily break in some of these blocks here, if this cat can get out of my way, And then you want to break down all 5 of those blocks just like that. Now what you want to do is come into this little cutout here, and you want to place down a double chest where you're going to collect the loot. And then what you want to do, if this cat will get out of my way, is you want to place down 3 more hoppers just like that. So obviously any items that lead into these hoppers are all going to end up inside of this chest down here. Now the next thing I'm going to have you guys do is go 1 block here, and then you want to dig down and you can open up your chest. Now if you want to add some ladders going up with the trapdoor, that's totally okay. For me, I'm lazy, so I like to just make a staircase to get up and down from this chest. And to make sure that no cats or iron golems are able to get over, you can either place a piece of glass down on this block here, or you can just take a stair, place it down, and then you can still open up this chest. So there we go. We now have our area like that. I'm actually going to do that. And now we want to kill the iron golems. So start by placing a sign right there, and then 2 signs on those 2 blocks with a bucket of lava right there. And now this is going to be able to kill the iron golem, but the drops are not going to be burnt because it is killing it at the iron golem's head height. Now the final thing I'm going to say is you either want to take some regular campfires or some soul campfires. And I would recommend placing one down in this corner just to kill the cats because they can start to stack up and get pretty annoying. Eventually they'll get pushed there. That's okay. If you don't want the cats to spawn, just go down with the villagers and place 5 cats down there. So the village is quote unquote full of cats and it's not going to spawn anymore. Now the final thing you want to do for this farm is just spawn proof the edge so no iron golems spawn up here. So what you want to do is place down 5 slabs right there. You place slabs so the lava will not burn the leaves. And then you want to take some leaves, or you can continue with slabs, doesn't really matter. And you want to place them around the edge just like that. And there you go, you have your fully working iron farm inside of the ground. And as you can see, iron golems are able to spawn, and then once they do, they're going to get pushed up onto these blocks. And then the iron golem is going to die and get burned by the lava. Now the second design is very, very similar to the first one. Literally the only difference is you guys wanting to be able to build the iron farm up in the sky. So I'm going to explain this iron farm as if you hadn't watched the first half of the video and you're skipping straight to this one. In other words, I'm going to re-explain all the steps. So of course, the first thing you want to do is build up into the air, and it doesn't matter how high you go or where you go. Just make sure when you do this, you're not near any big hills or mountains. Otherwise the iron golems might be able to spawn on there instead of in the farm. Now, once you're up here, what you want to do is build 4 blocks out in one direction for 5 blocks long, and then do the same thing in another direction. So you have a 5 by 5 square. And then you want to go ahead and just fill in this entire area just like that. Now go out 1 block and up 1 block like this, and then make a border around this 5 by 5 platform that we've just made. And then you want to make this wall or the border 7 blocks tall. So from here, you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, obviously for a total of 7 top to bottom, and then continue that box around the entire square. Alrighty, once you've got your box built up here, that should be 5 by 5 by 7 blocks tall. What you want to do is hop down to the bottom and then place 10 temporary blocks on one side, and then turn around and place down 10 temporary blocks on the other side. Now place 10 beds on top of all those temporary blocks, and then go ahead and break those blocks that we just placed down. And of course, do that for both sides. Try not to break the bed. And then you want to place 10 more beds underneath those original ones. So we should have a total of 20 beds up here. Now what you want to do is place down 10 blocks in the middle. Then you want to place 1 block in the middle there, and then 4 blocks on the corners. And then take 1 torch and place it in the middle, so no mobs are able to spawn in here like zombies and kill all of your villagers, because that would be pretty annoying. Now you want to take any workstation. I'm going to use a fletching table, but anything works. And then you want to place 20 of them up here. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. There we go. And now what you want to do is get 20 villagers up here, which may get pretty annoying because you're high up in the sky, which is why I recommend, like we showed in the last farm, getting 2 villagers up here and then throw a stack of food at them and they will breed 20 villagers. Now there's lots of ways you can get villagers up here. You can use a bubble elevator, use a boat and a lead, anything like that. Although for me, the easiest way to do it is with a nether portal because I don't like either of the other ways. They take too much work. So step 1, you want to make yourself a nether portal all the way up here. And then of course, light it and head on through. Then once you're through to the other side, what you want to do is go approximately 30 blocks away. I got pretty unlucky with where my nether portal spawned in, so I'm going to have to make a bridge. What you want to do is go a decent ways away so the nether portals do not link up. I'm going to do right up here. And then go ahead, make yourself another one and head through it as well. Now, wherever that nether portal pops you out, what you want to do is take your 2 villagers and push them through this nether portal into the nether. Then if you want, you can go ahead and break that nether portal. And then I would highly recommend getting all of these guys inside of boats. I'm going to place down 2 boats and get them inside of them, and then row them over to your other nether portal. Now, it can be a pretty long process. And again, like I mentioned, if you want to use a ladder and a lead attached to this guy, or a bubble elevator, anything like that, of course, that is 100% okay as well. I just always find this way to be the easiest. Now, once you get him close enough to the nether portal, you're going to want to push him through this second one, and he should end up on your iron farm. Okay, perfect. There we go. Hopefully he doesn't run off the edge. Push him in there, and then you can go ahead and get a second villager inside of here. Okay, so as you can see, I've gotten both of my villagers inside of here. Now what you want to do is take a stack of bread, carrots, or potatoes. You want to throw it down there. They're going to pick it up, trade it with each other, and then eventually they will make babies. And you want to wait until you have 20 villagers down here. Now, while you're doing this part, make sure you don't get any of the green jacket nitwits. Otherwise, they will not be able to pick up a job and will not contribute towards the iron farm. So once you have all of your 20 villagers inside of here with the same profession, you can go ahead and block this area up, making sure that you have this torch down here. To go ahead and fill in this platform that we've made. And I'm sorry for earlier, I did actually make this 1 block too high. So you just want to go ahead and remove this top layer of blocks. So you should have this big box down here that's going to be 6 blocks tall by 7 blocks and 7 blocks wide. And this is going to be the spawning area for the iron golems. Now, once you have this, what you want to do is go out 1 block and then up 1 block and make a simple 1 high wall around this box that we've made. There we go, just like that. Now what you want to do is pick which one of the 4 corners you want the collection system to be on, which is likely going to be the area that you traveled up, or the corner that you traveled up, sorry, so you can easily collect the chest. So coming over to that corner, what you want to do is place down 4 blocks there, then 3 there. That should be 7 blocks, and then place down 5 more blocks up there just like that. Now the next thing you want to do is place down slabs on top of all of these blocks there, including those 2 ones on the side. And then if you want to keep using slabs, that's okay. Or if you want to use leaves on the outside, that is also okay. Just like that. And this is so no mobs are able to spawn here. And actually you can change these with leaves too. It doesn't really matter. You just want to make sure all of the iron golems are spawning in here. Now go ahead and place down 5 blocks there. And then 1 in the corner with a bucket of water like that. And all of this water should flow into these 3 blocks. Now go ahead and break down those 3 blocks. Then you also want to temporarily break those 2, and then place out some blocks right there. So you can place down a double chest just like that with your 3 hoppers leading into that double chest. So any items that go into these hoppers will all go into here. Now, one more thing, you don't want the cats getting stuck on the chest like you just saw. So what you want to do is come around here and place an upside down stair, or even a right side up stair would work here, or glass, whatever you want, just so you can still open up that chest, but no items are going to be flowing through here. Now, to kill the iron golems, you want to place down 3 signs, position like that, with a bucket of lava right there. And then to kill the cats, since they'll get annoying, you want to place a campfire or a soul campfire right there. And eventually they will be pushed up on top of this here. Now, if you don't want to have the campfire there and you want the cats not to spawn, you can just take 5 of them and put them down with the villagers, so the village thinks that it is full of cats and will not spawn anymore. You should now start to see iron golems spawning here, and then of course they're going to die to the lava and all of their drops are going to go down inside of this chest. And to collect the items, what you're going to want to do is of course you're going to have a ladder system to get up to the iron farm, and then you just want to place down some more ladders here so you can climb up and obviously collect your items from the chest. That's it for the best iron farms of Minecraft Bedrock Edition. If you want to download this exact world I'm playing on here, it is the first link in the description. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. BlazedMC out.